So Rez Ball, it's a film that's going to be coming out on Netflix and it was produced by LeBron James. I wanted to talk about how did you get involved in this project?
I initially was approached about the project in 2019. It was a series of New York Times articles documenting a journalist's time watching Rez Ball, and I read it and I was like, oh wow, that would make a great movie.
Yeah.
And from there we started talking, and basically was able to draw on my own personal experiences playing basketball on the reservation. I'm from the Navajo Nation, and we had the opportunity to tell a Rez Ball story from the inside out, and that was really kind of the whole thing that got this moving.
So we've talked with some of the cast, and that they've said that some of them never played ball in their life, and that they've been on the Rez their whole lives as well. So when they all got together, how did you make everybody mesh to make it the winning team?
Well, we had a pretty intensive audition process. We had about 5,000 auditions, and we had to distill it down to 10 people. So those 10 people that you see in the film, they've gone through quite a rigorous process, and we had a chance to mix and match them all together, and they really kind of had a real team chemistry both on and off the court.
Okay.
And so yeah, if they seem naturalistic on camera, it's because they are in real life.
Yeah. What do you most and last question? What are you most proud of about this film now that it's coming out and premiering here at TIFF?
I'm proud of the fact that the players that you're going to see in the movie are from the communities that they're portraying. They are real Rez Ballers. There's no stunt doubles. There's no body doubles or anything like that. These kids can actually play. They're the ones acting. They're the real deal.
Well, speaking with
Kauchani Bratt.
Nice to meet you, sir. Tell me a little bit about your involvement in this project.
Yeah, I played Jimmy Holiday, which is a star basketball player for the Chuska Warriors.
Okay. Tell me about how did you get into this role? Did you practice playing ball with friends or other colleagues or other actors on the set?
So in preparation for this role, not only did we have a basketball camp leading up to shooting, but I also grew up playing Rez Ball and basketball as a whole, so it all went into the whole acting experience.
So we've been hearing that a lot from some of the talent. What is the difference between Rez Ball and regular basketball?
Yeah, well, just talking amongst me and some of the castmates, there's sort of for Rez Ball to us and some of the castmates was there was a healing property to it.
Okay.
There was like a therapy. It was like good medicine for us, to just go out there and play ball like that, and whatever's going on in our lives to be able to focus on that and get away from whatever's going on, a form of therapy. But just to put it simply, Rez Ball is just a super fast-paced game, high energy. It's physical and gritty.
So in closing, my final question is what is the best memory that you can have to take away from this film? What will stick with you for the rest of your career?
Oh man, the whole ride, all of it, from the audition process to shooting to being here now for the first time with a live audience. So all of it.
Well, speaking with
Rayne Thomas.
Avery Hale.
Nice to meet both of you gentlemen. So you guys look absolutely fantastic. Tell me a little bit about what you are currently wearing.
So this morning I got up for a run and I caught this guy. I was like, oh shit, okay, let me say thank you, and I got him. No, just kidding.
This is very traditional to Cree culture, which I am. When they started mixing the old style type of clothing with the new contemporary clothing, this is a lot of what they wore. So this was designed by Lauren Goodday. She's half Cree, and I just really want to bring that vision to life, especially this is how my ancestors dressed in the early 1900s. So I want to bring it back and let them know that we're the kings of this fashion stuff.
Yeah.
That's very touching, and it's cool to see that. Yeah,
real quick, getting serious. My auntie gifted me this, and then my girlfriend's Sunnyshine Design. She designed all this, and yeah, real good.
Fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about your characters that are in Rez Ball?
My character is Tyson Yazzie. He's a cowboy who only deals with cows and horses, no sheep. You'll see that in the movie. And he doesn't really talk much. He's just always there with not a lot to say. That's like how this guy is in real life.
All right, my character name is Miles Martinez. Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know, I'm in there in and out having fun with these guys as character, so
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can describe this film in your own words, how would you describe it to audiences?
Ooh, it's this is the first of its kind. This is groundbreaking. Yeah, man. This is taking up space, and we hope the audience loves it as much as we love filming it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, congratulations, gentlemen. I hope you have a wonderful premiere.
Thank you very much.
Speaking with
JoJo Jackson.
Nice to meet you, JoJo. So we were admiring the what you have on right now. Do you want us to tell us a little bit about your outfit?
Yeah, so this piece was made by my dad, House of Stamps in Gallup, New Mexico. These pieces are coming from Rio Grande Trading in Albuquerque, friends of my aunt who does silversmith and jewelry making. Okay. And my favorites of all time are these beaded pieces by my best friend, Darcy Big Horse. She's from England, and we got the whole that back part, like Chuska Warriors, 42, see, like a whole little Letterman moment,
Tell me a little bit about your role on this project.
My role, so I play Warland Yazi. Warland Yazi is like a very clean-cut, two-spirited person who is moving at the same pace and rhythm as the guys. He's very bright. He does a lot of things, and I very much am connected to him because I was Warland Yazi growing up, playing Rez Ball for sure. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory from working on the film? Something that'll stick with you for the rest of your life?
Oh man, I mean, at the beginning of the movie, we did a bus scene, and a lot of that was improv, and it's so accurate, maybe a little too accurate for the movie, but all the jokes that we inserted were actually like real, and we were actually joking in the moment. I will forever cherish that part because we're just all newbies on set, and Sydney gave us free reign, and I'm glad she caught what she got because it ended up landing in the final cut. So yeah.
Speaking with
Jessica Matten.
Nice to meet you, Jessica. Tell me a little about your role on the project.
So I play Coach Heather Hobbs on Rez Ball, and it's a project really close to my heart because I actually work in most of the isolated Native communities across Canada for the last 20 years. So I work with Indigenous youth, and this dress in itself is actually created by a Rez Ball coach who also works in suicide prevention, and it's designed to look like a basketball. So yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely look lovely, and thank you for sharing the information about the dress. So tell me a little bit about how did you get involved in the project?
Well, Sydney, asked me to read for the project, and again, for me, I ended up having coffee with her, our director, because I said, Sid, I was like, this is my life. Like, I work with young Indigenous youth, in particular with young men who are suffering with mental health issues, because I really understand everything that they're going through. So I was like, I know what I could bring from personal experiences this project, and it just resonates with my heart and soul. And she was like, oh yeah, she's like 100%. So I was like, let's make this.
Okay. So coaches have a lot of different styles. What is your style of coaching that motivates the team in this film?
So I was inspired a lot by my brother, who is a basketball coach and was a Rez Ball coach, and I was also inspired by Chicago Bulls' style, the triangle and everything. And I and it's interesting because that coach, he did kind of he pulled from Navajo traditions.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I wanted this coach to be kind of like tough love, but also peaceful.
Okay.
You don't get too frenetic with that energy. So that's what I was trying to bring to this.
Wonderful.
We are premiering Rez Ball, which is a coming-of-age underdog story about it's a Navajo Nation boys basketball team fighting for a state championship after losing their star player, and they have to overcome that. And it's a story about great resilience and
Tell me a little about your role on this project.
I play Natani Jackson. He is, just kind of a big dog. He's kind of the big brother to the team. The team champion. But I was so blessed to play this role. Unfortunately, in the story, he does face great grief and tragedy. So I think that's important, though, when telling a story like this. You want to get all the aspects of Indigenous life.
So this is based on a true story. Did you do any development working with the real people that the story was based on?
So the actual movie was inspired by Michael Powell's book, I believe, Kenyan Dreams, and then a New York Times article that he also wrote. But the actual people in the story, you know, it's all inspired by real people and events, but it wasn't like it wasn't specifically on you know, real people. It's just like inspired by real people. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it does. And in closing, if you can describe this film in your own words, how would you describe it to audiences?
I would describe this film as, oh man, there's so many things you could say.
This is going to give you a tiny break right here. It's going to get you in and out very quickly.
It is a film that I think everyone needs to see. Indigenous stories are kind of on the rise, you know, as far as the times we're in. So I think it's so important that these stories are being told by, you know, very acclaimed artists such as Sydney Freeland and Sterling Harjo, who wrote the screenplay as well. So I can't wait just to see all the stories, you know, to come up even in the future. But I hope that Rez Ball can be one of those projects that you can look towards and, you know, say that people want to see this. You know, they want to see these stories told. So, yeah.
My name's Devin Sampson-Craig.
Nice to meet you, Devin. Tell me a little bit about your role on Rez Ball.
I play Bryson Bodoni in the movie, and so Bryson, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bryson, you know, firstly he's a shit talker, second he's a father, and third he's a Chuska Warrior. He's from Chuska, New Mexico, and he's a Dene, Native American, and so I would just wrap right there.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that Native American, Dene, you said? Tell me a little bit more about that culture.
I'm not Navajo myself, but that's what the Navajo people, I mean, from what I've been told, that's what they call themselves in their own language, is Dene.
Okay.
And so I'm not Navajo, but to speak on the fact of what I am, I'm a Yakima Paiute Indian, or Native American.
Okay. Where was that originated, or where is that based?
I'm from the Yakima Nation. That's in South Central Washington, in the United States of America.
How did you end up becoming an actor and then start pursuing acting?
I started when I was 14 with just, you know, messing around with my dad doing short films because he's an independent, you know, Native American filmmaker.
Okay.
And so I started doing that actually when I was 14. You know, it was just messing around like, oh, me and my dad like to do a lot of skits.
Okay.
And so it just went from, you know, skits to short films, and then, you know, I stopped at 14, you know, and was just, you know, going about life. But then I had seen the callback or the flyer or whatever on Instagram. Yeah, and I didn't have Instagram. So I don't even have Instagram. So he sent me a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
And I'm studying a midterm final, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, all right, I'll do it. So then I started sending myself tapes in, and like the videos or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just kept hearing back, and the rest is history.
Wow. I like that. I love hearing these stories of magic because like people come from all over, and then the way that they land the part, I think, is really cool to find those stories. If you can describe this film in your own words, how would you describe it to audiences?
I would describe it as authentic and heartfelt. Authentic because, you know, for the first time in my knowledge, you know, there's Netflix, a big budget, the godfather of streaming, was able to give, you know, these Native American writers and, you know, actors a chance to display what sort of story they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
And heartfelt because these are harsh realities that we got to face as American Indians today, as First Nations, as whatever it may be. And so these are harsh realities we got to face, and so a chance to actually tell that in our own way, in our own form, in our own authentic way, it's a long time coming.
Well, speaking with
Jaren Robledo. I play Levi Silversmith.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about Levi Silversmith.
Levi's the church boy, the Mormon boy. We're blessed. Yeah.
Did you have any relations or experience working as a church boy before getting into this role?
Yeah. I do come actually from an LDS family, and I got my degree from Southern Virginia University, and it's an honor to play a part that not only I can connect with, but like the rest of the cast as well can connect with, and very lucky and privileged and honored to be a part of it.
Nice. Tell me a little about the casting process. How did it land on your desk, and what was the audition process like?
Oh man, one day I was just getting an email from a casting director named Jennifer Schwallenberg, and in the email was a question. It's like, do you play basketball? And I've never played basketball in my life. Oh wow. Except for one season in the 5th grade. Yeah. And I replied, I was like, yeah, I live and I breathe and I die basketball. It's my favorite sport ever. And surely enough, I got my way through it. Yeah, no? Yeah, sorry. I played college soccer, so my athleticism translated from soccer to basketball.